Welcome to Learning English for Academic and Professional Purposes, or the LEAP Intensive English program at Wright State University. We hope you enjoy this short instructional video.
Hi. You get tired of repeating yourself all the time when you're speaking English? I know I get really sick of it when I'm speaking a foreign language. I just want to communicate and have people understand me like they do in my first language and just move on. My name is Pam Everly, and I'm one of the instructors in the LEAP Intensive English program at Wright State. One of the classes that I teach is our Pronunciation Improvement course. This is a short 6-week class that is offered to everyone on campus and in the community. And when it's offered live online, you don't even have to be close to campus to take it. You can take it from any place in the United States or even overseas. My primary goal in Pronunciation Improvement class is to help people speak English more clearly, just so they can be more clearly understood by native speakers. This has the added advantage of helping you understand native speakers more easily because you'll understand what's going on, what they're doing when they're talking. So let's get started in helping you not have to repeat yourself so much. I'd like to give you a short sample of one of the skills that we learn in Pronunciation Improvement class. This skill is vowel length before voiced and voiceless consonants. And I know that sounds pretty technical, but because of that, I want to take time to teach you about the what and the why behind it before I teach you the how. Let's get started. You probably run into this situation all the time. You say something with can or can't in it, and people say, "Did you say can or can't?" Well, there's a reason for this, but it's not what most people think it is. Most of us think we're listening for the T on the end of can't. Let me play a recording of myself saying both words, and you can watch the waveform as I do it. You may be surprised at what you see. Can, can't, can, can't, can, can't, can, can't. Let's look at the waveform. What's the biggest difference you see in this? It's the length, right? They both have a small wave that grows quickly to a spike, and they both end by decreasing to a point. It doesn't matter whether the word ends in a T or not. So it isn't the T that's making the difference, it's the time that you take saying it. What we really hear is how long it takes to say the vowel, the actual vowel length. To understand how this works, we need to understand some important definitions. Let's look at what consonants and vowels are first. The simplest way to put it is that when you're making a consonant sound, your mouth is completely or partially closed, and you are stopping the air coming out of your mouth or interrupting the airflow somehow. With some sounds, you are actually sending the air in a different direction, like out your nose instead of out of your mouth. When you make a vowel sound, your mouth is open, and you are shaping the air by moving your tongue, jaw, and lips in certain ways. You're not cutting off the air at all. Now that you know the difference between consonants and vowels, you need to understand the difference between voiced and voiceless consonants, because that's the big thing that affects how long it takes to say a vowel before a consonant. Take a look at this. I've divided the sounds of English into two groups, with voice and without voice. Voiced sounds are sounds that you make using your voice. All of the vowels and some of the consonants fall into this category. If you put your hand on your throat and repeat after me, you'll see what I mean. B, D, G, J, O, M, N, V, V, W, Z, Z. Did you feel your throat vibrating when you said those sounds? That means you were using your voice. That's why we call them voiced sounds. Now let's look at the voiceless sounds. None of the vowels belong to this group, but some of the consonants do. Put your hand on your throat as you repeat them after me. You should not feel any vibration with these sounds. K, ch, f, k, p, k, sh, s, t, x. That last set was a little funny because some of the letters have more than one sound, and some of the sounds have more than one letter. But notice that you didn't feel any vibration on your throat at all, because you were not using your voice. Okay, now that we know the difference between voiced and voiceless sounds, let's organize them and take a look at some specific consonants. In English, we have 8 sets of voiced and voiceless consonants. In each of these pairs, the consonant is made the same way with the lips, tongue, and jaw in exactly the same position, but one sound uses the voice, it's a voiced sound, and the other one does not use the voice, it's voiceless. Put your hand back on your throat and listen and repeat these sounds after me. Notice how you use your articulators, your lips, teeth, tongue, and jaw, in exactly the same way. Only the use of the voice is different. Bit, pit, dip, tip, vine, fine, girl, curl, zip, sip, pleasure, sure, bathe, bath, jug, chug. We've looked at these consonants as they occur at the beginning of a word and how they sound at the beginning of a word. But now I want to look at how they sound at the end of a word. When these sounds occur at the end of the word, they affect the length of time that it takes to say the vowel. For instance, can has a final voiced sound, and can't has the final sound unvoiced. This affects the way that the voice is used. Try saying the N sound with your hand on your throat. Do you feel your throat vibrating? You're using your voice. N is a voiced consonant, so when you say can, your voice continues all the way through to the end of the word. There's nothing to stop it at the end of the word, so your voice continues all the way through. Now try saying the T sound with your hand on your throat. T, can't. There is no vibration, so the T at the end of the word can't cuts off the sound of your voice. This makes the time for the A and N sounds shorter than in can. You can see this by looking at the waveforms again. Let me say the pair for you so you can really hear it. Can, can't, can, can't, can, can't. There are many similar pairs of words where everything is the same except for that last consonant. Is it voiced or voiceless? Let's look at a few of them. Okay, so we have another set of word pairs here, and notice that for these, the related sounds are at the end of the word, not at the beginning of the word. So the first word has a voiced sound at the end, and the second word has the voiceless partner at the end of the word. I'm going to say each pair, and I want you to pay attention to the length of time that it takes for me to say the vowel. The length of time on the first word will sound longer than the length of the time for the second one because the second one ends in a voiceless consonant which cuts off your voice and makes the vowel length shorter. Prize, price. Feed, feet. Grid, grit. Bad, bat. Seed, seat. Wide, white. Sheed, sheet. Snag, snack. Laid, late. Need, neat. Side, sight. Save, safe. Let me read through them one more time for you, just so you can really get the rhythm of this. Prize, price. Feed, feet. Grid, grit. Bad, bat. Seed, seat. Wide, white. Sheed, sheet. Snag, snack. Laid, late. Need, neat. Side, sight. Save, safe. Now I want to give you a chance to see and hear these differences with some other word pairs. First, I'll play back a recording of the word pair, and then I'll show you a movie clip with the word pair. The recording will be slower and clearer than the movie clip, so you can hear it slowly and clearly, and then at regular speed. The first set is dog and duck. Duck, dog, duck, dog, duck, dog, duck, dog.
Is that a dog?
Alan, there's no duck!
hear a dog?
Get that dog!
Hickory dickory dock, the dog barked at the clock.
The next set is had and hat. And once again, I'll show you a playback of the waveforms and some movie clips that it's used in. Had, hat, had, hat, had, hat, had, hat.
I had a hat!
Our last set is said and set. Once again, here's the Audacity playback, and it will be followed by a movie clip or two. Said, set, said, set, said, set, said, set.
He said they would set me free.
He said you set him free.
By now you should be able to hear how to use voiced and voiceless consonants and vowel length to make words clearer for your listeners. It'll take some time for you to get comfortable with this skill, so here are some hints for you to follow to develop. Listen, listen, listen. Your brain needs to get used to hearing this new sound difference. As you hear more and more native speakers do it, your brain will get used to hearing it more clearly. This will make it easier to understand native speakers, but it will also make it easier for you to tell if you're saying the words clearly. Practice the rhythm. Can, can't. Can, can't. Can, can't. Listen for the timing. Feel the timing. Do it a lot until it feels natural. Then there are lots of recorder apps for your phone or other device that show waveforms. Try using one of these to record yourself and see if you're making the vowel length difference when you practice. You can work on that and really track your progress. And then finally, don't give up. It takes time to learn any new skill. Practice with word pairs like we've looked at here, but also practice the words in phrases and sentences. Now that you understand how this vowel length thing works, you'll hear it all the time when you're listening to native speakers, and that will help you learn to do it well too. And if somebody does have trouble understanding you, you'll know what to do to fix it with one of these word pairs. That said, this is only chapter 1 in the can-can't confusion, but it'll have to wait for another video. I hope this mini lesson was helpful to you, and I hope to see you in class someday. Come and check us out.
We hope you have enjoyed this short instructional video. For more information on the LEAP Intensive English program, check out the links in the description. You can visit our website, check us out on social media, or email us at leapadmissions@wright.edu.